Hi guys, and welcome back to Manny Centric. We are here today doing a little bit of Manny using the Booyah Halloween plate and set from Maniology. I went ahead and did like a quick nail mail video last night, and I have not been able to stop thinking about how badly I want to try this out. So I spent part of my evening making a sheer black polish. Basically what I did was drop more than a couple, maybe like 4 or 5 drops of black nail polish into some leftover clear top coat. Don't laugh, like I'm super cheap when it comes to stuff like that. So now that I've got my sheer black polish, I wanted to go ahead and get started in creating a look. While I finish grabbing everything I need and putting it all together, please don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons so that I can keep bringing these awesome videos to you guys. And we're going to go ahead and just get started. I've got my sheer on my pinky, but I also want it on my ring finger. And this time I did remember to put on my peel off base coat, which is like, it's a necessary thing for me because I do a lot of swatching and change my nails a lot. And I've started doing my nails from pinky in because I'm right-handed. So why would I start on the right side of my left hand and then have to move in? That usually just ends up messing up some of my nails. So I've decided to stop doing that because it really wasn't helping. It was more so hurting the cause. And I'm actually becoming really happy with how this turned out because I was really worried that it was going to be too dark of a black. Sorry, too opaque. Because you can't really get too dark of a black, right? But I was worried that it was going to be too opaque and I was going for sheer. So it is a little streaky to me, so I'm not super happy about that. But I'm not going to complain because after all, it's something that like I did I did it like just because I really wanted a sheer black nail polish and I wasn't sure where to buy one. So even if I did buy one, I was going to have to wait on shipping and handling, and I really just didn't want to. So we'll see if haste makes waste this time for me. And I'm curious if I should do a second coat on my pinky because my pinky is already dry, so I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Best case scenario, it'll get rid of some of my streakiness. Worst case scenario, it becomes like an opaque black, which it doesn't look like it's opaque yet, so I'm going to be happy with that and maybe do a second coat on these fingers too. But now that those are painted, I'm going to go ahead move on to using Phantom from Maniology and just have that on my forefinger. And I realized after I made my video yesterday, I don't have any gray stamping polish. And I tried a couple of my regular polishes, and I really wasn't too pleased with the result. So I'm going to have to drop that as an idea. because I did think about mixing my Born Pretty white and my Born Pretty black polishes to create a gray polish. And unfortunately, I really use those a lot, and I don't have another empty bottle at my disposal yet. So that may be something that I'll do in the future. But as of right now, we're going to wait for these two fingers to dry and this one. And then we're going to go ahead and apply those second coats. And we'll be back to start on the stamping. Okay, back guys. I've got my liquid latex on my fingers around my cuticles, and I'm waiting for the top coat on this one to dry because I decided that I do want to do a two-tone nail where I have the phantom at the bottom, and then I want to do the stamping at the top, and I was thinking about doing the same on the thumb, only having the stamping in the middle. So I did place top coats on those two because I'm going to need my washi tape for that, especially if I want to have my lines pretty exact. So while that's drying, I do want to go ahead and get down a stamp for my ring finger. So I've already put my liquid latex on there. And then you guys have to remind me once in a while that to stamp things upside down, because I stamp everything right side up like I'm looking at it, just me. And then when I go to take pics, I get really upset because now it's upside down for you guys instead of upside down for me. So I've got my little stamp in there, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I turn it upside down for me. And hopefully my nail bed is long enough for this, because I'm stamping it, but I'm also aware that my nail bed is kind of narrow. So I don't feel like I got the whole thing on there. Oh, wait, no, I got it. So I think I'm going to have to make this all pretty matte. And now I'm upset because it says, well, yeah, you can kind of see it if you look all the way on the side, but it doesn't look like it's focusing very well. So yeah, you can see it, but definitely going to need to make an adjustment to that. I feel like my nail bed was a little too short for me to try to do that horizontally. So I'm a little sad about that, but not that upset, because at least it did fit, and I did it upside down so you can read it. So I'm going to go ahead and make that nail all the way matte. But first, I'm going to definitely use the Maniology Smudge Free Top Coat, just because I have tried it with other top coats before, and what I found was I got some smearing, which was hugely disappointing after going through the trouble of stamping a nail. To have it smear everywhere is absolutely crushing. So I'm not going to do the matte top coat first. I'm going to do the smudge free top coat first. And then once that dries, then I'll go ahead and mattify it. Very important step, because it's something that I had to learn from experience, that you don't just hop in with a regular top coat, or you let it dry completely and then very generously apply a regular top coat. So I don't know, I feel like these are dry enough where I can go ahead and move on to my next step. So hold on one second while I grab my washi tapes. Alright, I'm back. Washi tapes are on, and we're going to go ahead and apply some of the phantom polishes to these because I wanted to do two-tone nails and then do like a black stamp over them. But I think for the middle finger, we're going to stick with Phantom just because it's such a really pretty color and I can't see myself just being able to stop like that. So we're going to do half of it and then stamp it over like the nude black. And sorry, excuse my liquid latex because I was pretty sure I was going to get that everywhere, just for even attempting it. Then we're going to go for something a little more ambitious on the thumb by doing like a stripe of Phantom in the middle. And then we're going to stamp something over it. And I usually try my more ambitious ideas over my thumb just because if it doesn't work out, like at least now it's not showcased everywhere that it didn't really work the way I had planned it. And I'm just going to fill in this little spot right here because it looks a little empty. And I know, like, because every bit of my nail polish is so high gloss, it's hard to see. So, definitely going to make this into, like, a matte mani once I'm done. So, we're going to let both of those dry so that we can move on to the stamping part. Alright, welcome back. Now we can finally get to the fun part, which is actually going ahead and getting some stamping in. And I promise, like, next time I won't be doing something so complicated so that you guys can get to the real star of the show, which is our stamping plates. And it took me a while of deliberating because I was like, I don't know. Do I want to do this one that I'm doing or the one in the top row with the bats and the squiggly lines and stuff? And it was horrible trying to decide which because it was like I really like them both. And there they are. And I decided that I'm going to just drop it right here on the nail. And then we're going to go ahead and peel off the washi tape so that we've got a half and half nail with the design and with the nude, well, not nude black, but sheer black. And of course, have to clean off this stuff because I am about to do another stamp nail. Which I think that's like the only thing that I don't like about the cotton grabber is that occasionally like your cotton ball will shift. And that's not super convenient for me, but not complaining because it is still saving my mani. So we're going to just be happy about that part. And we're going to do the squiggly lines for the thumb. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my trusty lint roller and take off that excess. And we're going to paint the design again. Actually, we're going to retrieve my stamper because it has rolled under my desk. All right, the stamper is back, and let's see, we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to use this one right here in the top row. I have placed the washi tapes back, and I'm going to put a little liquid latex at the bottom. I did the color column a little on the wide side just because I wanted to place the washi tape and create, hopefully, borders on the side. So we'll see how that turns out. And I know, like, I'm irrationally excited about this plate, and like just throwing it out there because I don't know if I'm gonna try it or not, because I'm always over here having ideas about things. But I've got that sheer black polish now, and I was wondering, hey, what would happen if I decided to try my hand at doing like a black smoke design? What would happen? I'm not sure what would happen, so I'm not going to speculate, but I was wondering if that would make it easier to do that with like regular nail polish, since you would be building on the opacity. So in theory, it should work. And I really, really want that skeleton in there. So gonna try to line that up. And I only got part of my skeleton in there because my thumb is big. But I did get the boo in there, so I will count that as a victory, even though it's a small one. And then quickly peel these off. So I did get to at least test one thing, and that is definitely that black looks amazing on top of Phantom. And you guys, I did it again. I did it upside down again with the thumb. So like now I'm just completely distraught because I was doing so well at stamping things upside down, and then I got all excited about how well it turned out and did it accidentally again. But we're gonna save that because I also have this skull right here that I wanted to put on this nail so that it's just not so naked and out there. So hold on one second. All right, sorry, wanted to go ahead and clean off the plate and of course my scraper before I got to doing this. And I feel so slow because I just realized that like all over the plate it's like, more booze please, and I'm like, oh, booze like as in boo because it's a ghost and everything, and just realized that booze means a whole different thing if you're a grown-up. So now I feel extra special for not catching that sooner. And I just used some of my leftover washi tape to take off the extra stuff. And then going to sit it upside down. And I want the candy on there too. Like, the lollipop is everything. I need to have that on there. And I only got like part of the lollipop. Like, today is not a good stamping day for me. But I just really could not wait to play with this stamping set. Like, I filmed the nail mail video last night and I was too tired. I was like, oh, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do tonight except for stare at it adoringly and then pass out. You know, like little kids, once they get a toy and it's like it's well after 3 a.m., everybody else has fallen asleep and it's like, okay, if I just close my eyes, I can manage a 5 minute nap, and then 12 hours later they actually wake up. So I've got all of these done, but this one seems a little naked to me. So I'm trying to figure out which one do I really want to put on there. And I kind of want to do the skull again just to draw together the design. So that's what we're going to do. I, I always feel weird about how absolutely messy like my scraping is, but on the other hand, I'm also like, it works for me, so I don't want to complain too much. And I'm trying to come up with a name for my camera because, you know, sometimes it decides that it wants to be the star of the show, and we'll have issues with focusing and all types of other things. But today, she's being pretty cool. I've gotten a lot of stuff done, and she hasn't been nearly as moody as she usually is. So what we're going to do is go ahead, clean up this plate, clean up all of this stuff, and apply, of course, the smudge-free top coat from Maniology. And then I'm going to apply a matte top coat on top of all this because I feel like the shine from my cameras, to keep it bright so you guys can see it, is actually hindering your ability to see the design like on the nail that are like sheer black, because I used a top coat with it. So it's super duper shiny for no apparent reason. So once these are all cleaned up, I will be back with a final look for you guys. Okay, and we are back with the last final looks. Even though I got this one upside down, I am still super pleased with how these turned out, because I think like the matte just makes everything better. And the other thing is, like, I'm just super excited that I was able to make like a sheer black polish at all myself. So, and I do want to tell you guys, I understand that you've got other stuff to do during the day, and I'm really happy that you guys sat with me through this because I had so many ideas all at once, and I wanted to make sure that I gave proper attention to each of them. So, with this said, we've got some sheer background and then a solid stamp for both of these. And then we've got dual going on here because we've got the color, and then we've got the sheer, and then we've got the stamping on here, and then a matte top coat. And then again, we've got the two elements and then the matte top coat. So this is a final look. Thank you guys again for watching. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. You cannot even imagine how cool this is to me, to have finally like people just to talk about nail stuff with, and to throw my ideas out there and not get the polite smile and nod of somebody who's really not obsessed with nail polish at all. And if you have not subscribed yet, please don't hesitate to do so. Just click right down there, and that will ensure that I know that you want to see more of these nail art videos. Or you can also check below. I'm going to link a video to one of my swatches, also some purples. So obviously if you like purple, I'm gonna link you a video to me swatching some purple polishes. So thank you again for all of your time. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll post up these pictures on Instagram.